Yo, what is going on, Guardians, and welcome back to another Destiny 2 gameplay video. Hey, in this video we're going to be showcasing the Randy's throwing knife and asking the question, is it worth the grind? So I finished up my grind today. I did take my time with it because, quite frankly, I don't have as much fun using scout rifles in PvP as using some of my other weapons that I really enjoy using. So it was hard for me to really get the mental fortitude to just buckle down and keep my head down and that scout rifle up and keep just pegging people. And eventually did knock it out and managed to finish up. I did 52% of it in one day. That's the scout rifle final blows. And that's the thing that's tough about it, is that it's final blows, not elimination. So you have to get the killing shot with it. So this is the Randy's throwing knife. You've got some options, some customization here. You can choose what you prefer between. You've got rapid hit in one slot as well as snapshot, and then in the other slot you have Zen moment and kill clip. Now, in my opinion, there's no reason to run anything other than rapid hit and kill clip. It just makes sense. It's like basically having Zen moment and outlaw together in one perk and then kill clip in the next. It just makes sense. You may as well get that extra damage with kill clip, and if you run Zen moment with rapid hit, you don't really need Zen moment if you're hitting headshots with rapid hit. You're gonna get that stability anyways, and yeah, I don't see the need for Zen moment, quite frankly. So I think, in my opinion, it just makes sense. Rapid hit, kill clip, do it, like it. You've got extended mag, you got fluted for the barrel, and then you also have a range masterwork. It is a rapid fire frame, it is fully automatic, and when you hit the bottom of the magazine, it will reload more quickly. I threw a counter barrel stock on it because it does shoot really freaking fast. 260 RPM, it shoots really fast, so it helps to have less recoil, and then that'll help you get rapid hit proc, and then after that, it's smooth sailing on this thing. You get rapid hit stacks, man, it's really it's pretty simple to keep it on track. I gotta admit, having spent like 4.5 hours straight using other scout rifles and then unlocking this weapon and going straight into the Crucible with it, night and day difference between using this scout rifle and the other ones. I think that this scout rifle is pretty freaking good in quick play in the 6v6. Well, I should say in a 6v6 environment. I think it's pretty freaking good in a 6v6 environment. I did take it into elimination. I took it into countdown, some skill-based matchmaking playlists, and I did just fine with it there as well, but I think it really does thrive in that 6v6 environment. Kill clip, you're doing over 60 to the head, so pop, 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 pop. It's kind of fun. It shoots so fast. It's just, you feel like you just smile when you're shooting it. And I ended up coupling it with chromatic fire. I used chromatic fire in conjunction, so I was getting some extra explosion kills on top of that as well, which was quite a bit of fun. It is a kinetic weapon, by the way. And anyways, I was coupling a shotgun with it, and then I also did sidearm with it as well, but you could use a fusion rifle if you really wanted to as well. Is it worth the grind? So that's the real question here. Is it worth the grind? I think I'm going to fall off the log here. I'm just going to give you a definitive answer. Yeah, I'm glad I did it. I'm glad I got this thing. And I played with it for a few hours today, and I had no regrets. So I felt like it was a worthy reward for the time investment, and it is a fair amount of time to get this thing. I mean, I play this game for a living, so I was able to knock it out in a few sittings, and make a relatively short work of it. But I know that for y'all, it's probably gonna be several sittings before you get this thing fully unlocked, unless you really carve out a fair amount of time just to buckle down and knock these things out. It really is the scout rifle final blows that takes the longest. I had the medals done before I had a single scout rifle kill. Like I was busy experimenting with other things in the Crucible to be bothered with this pursuit, and by the time I got around to trying to knock this thing out, actually being like, okay, well, it's time to get Randy's throwing knife, I already had the medals done, and the 2100 was done, so not a big deal. It's a scout rifle final blows. It does take a while. It is a bit of a grind. It does take some time. I was told it was something like 450 overall scout rifle final blows. It's a fair chunk. It's a fair chunk of final blows. I have not fact-checked that, by the way. Don't go quoting that as a fact. I think it was something roughly around, I would go up 1% like every 5 final blows. Now, I don't know if that math checks out because I'm too lazy to pull up my phone and put the buttons in the thing and the numbers and push the thing and see. But yeah, that was my experience. So is it worth it? I really do think so. It's got a lot of character. I think I had lower expectations for this weapon, thinking, well, it's not a pinnacle, right? They took away the pinnacle, label for it. It's not a pinnacle weapon. It's a pursuit gun. And I think because of that, I had lower expectations about what this weapon could do. But I was pleasantly surprised. It is actually quite a bit of fun in the Crucible. I really don't see it having much utility in PvE. I would never use. I really don't think I would ever use this thing in PvE. It just, in terms of raw utility, you have so many better options than this thing. It's I think it would be kind of gimmicky in PvE, but especially in the kinetic slot, like there's just so many better things to be running there than this. But anyways, in PvP, in the 6v6 environments, I think this scout rifle is actually pretty good, and it was a lot of fun to use it. You saw some gameplay in this video of a 27 kill streak undefeated match, and there's a fair amount of multi-kills in here too. Kill clip, it makes short work of things. I was able to shut down several supers today as well once I had the kill clip procced on this thing, and I think it's honestly, like, I don't know if it's maybe a little bit off. I don't know what's the right word for it. Like, it's a little bit disorienting, I think, because I've played against a couple of these things, and just to suddenly get pop, 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 and you feel like you're in a lot more danger than you actually are initially, and it scares you, it startles you when you start taking damage so frequently. It's not that it's a ton of damage up front; it's damage really frequently, like chunk, 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 chunk gone, and it's kind of like, oh crap. So it's a little bit disorienting to play against one of these things. I will tell you this, I did match a full team of 6 at one. I was playing really well with this thing. I was having a lot of fun with it. Took a break, got back online, poured myself a glass of whiskey, sat down, and I was like, I'll probably play a couple more games with this thing before I edit a video. Instantly queue against a team of 6. My team, half of them quit out, and it was on frickin' Convergence, which in my opinion is a terrible map in Destiny 2. I think it is a terrible Destiny 2 map. The spawns don't make sense, they flip without reason, and it's just a whole bunch of choke points. And it ended up being a 3v6, and I got aped by shotties and wasn't able to put them down in a map like that with this gun. And then I respawned and got killed by a Wardcliff Coil, so I just dipped. I don't think it's going to be a competitive weapon. Let me just be clear about that. I don't think this is going to be something you're going to be seeing a lot of in a competitive environment. I think when it comes to playing against the best things in the game, this is not that. But that doesn't mean that it's bad. You know what I mean? Like, there's a lot of good guns out there, and there's a lot of actually like good exotics that are fun to use that don't really stack up in that environment either, but they're still worth getting. And I think that applies to this weapon as well. It's worth getting. I'd recommend you get it. And it's a good scout rifle. It's got a lot of character, and it's fun to use. And for that reason, it has my endorsement. So best of luck to you grinding for this thing. I hope you get everything knocked out quickly, and you're able to play around with it a little bit, and then get back to your normal routine in Crucible, as it were. Thank you so much for stopping by. Thanks for watching the video. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. Be warm and well fed, my friends, and I hope to catch you in the Crucible.